Hey everyone, Sean Clement here, Golf WRX, and for Wisdom in Golf, of course, we're at our temporary facility for the winter. It is winter out there now. If you look at Minneapolis, St. Paul, we're basically on the same level as they are. So they're getting some snow and some cold right now, and so are we. We're waiting for our facility to be built at the Royal Quebec Golf Club. It's going to be ready in January, and we're also transforming one of the simulators to receive my GC Quad unit. So by next week, you'll have an awesome video on there. You're going to see me doing some work with some reviews, both right-handed and left-handed, for some products. So today we're talking about what are the greatest over-the-top swings that in history, right? Very, very effective golf swings that have made a lot of money on tour, but they're over the top, considered over the top. Even, Johnny Miller considers one as a 16 handicap that would make Ben Hogan puke. And you could just, dial that in the search box on YouTube and you'll get Craig Perry holing out at Doral on the second shot to win a playoff for that particular tournament. So I want to show you the difference between what over the top and over and through, the difference between the two. And that's the secret that makes one over-the-top swing work extremely well and another over-the-top swing that doesn't work well at all, okay? So let's have a look at, Bruce Litsky. He's my number one pick because the guy loved hunting and fishing more, probably more than he loved golf. So he'd play his 15 events on the golf courses that he played well on and make his cash and go out and hunt and fish, spend time with his family. So I have a nice target right here that we put into the screen, and basically you'll see them set up parallel, even sometimes a little closed. If you look at Matt Kuchar's case, who did extremely well at the Mayakoba. So you'll notice that this particular aspect, one of the things that you'll see very consistent in these players is that they always have room for that trail elbow, and they're always through the ball. In other words, they're always focused on where they want to start the ball. So even though I'm lined up square with the mat, I'm going to play the ball a hair forward to center, and I'm going to face the ball, and you'll notice that my shoulders, hips, and knees are allowing me to go to the left of my intended target. And you'll see them take the club away inside. And as they get to the top of the swing, the club rises up onto the plane and then comes down in the direction that they want to start the ball. Now, interestingly, this is a decent move. It is a proper move. And one of the sports that you'll see that happening a lot on is baseball. So if I grab my baseball bat, so if I'm, batting a ball in this direction, I'm waiting for the pitch, and you'll notice as the pitch is coming and I'm choosing to go for it, you'll see as I'm stepping, I'm going to lower the bat. So I'm lowering the bat and then bringing it up as I step. So I'm waiting. See that right there? So you'll see a lot of players raise the bat as they're stepping forward. So they may start right over here. They could start low, but they're going to have to come up before they deliver the bat. And what they're basically doing is they're raising the arms and bat into a position that would allow the kinetic chain to deliver in the direction they want to start the ball. And you got to start really thinking about your body as one whole unit. And if you start picking and choosing the body parts that you want to place, well, then you're not just risking sabotaging your swing, you will sabotage the swing. There are, so many scientific bodies that have studied how we learn motor skills, and we suck at body part positioning. So whenever I'm thinking about, okay, I'm going to deliver the elbow here, or I'm going to put the elbow in front, or I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I step into the shot, well, then you lose completely what's happening. So remember Babe Ruth? I'm going there, and he's waiting for the pitch that's going to allow him to go there. As soon as he sees the pitch, it's all taken care of. The kinetic chain is going to react to the specific, pattern that he wants to see. So the ball's coming in, and then the brain's going to step exactly where it needs to, clear the amount that it needs to, and connect with the ball at the timing that it needs to send the ball over the fence between first and second base. And usually, in baseball, you understand that the most powerful shots are the pull shots. So you look at Matt Kuchar, he hits a pull fade. And you look at Bruce Litsky, it's a pull fade. Craig Perry, a big pull fade, and you can really see it in his swing. So they basically set up square, play the ball a little forward, and then it's all about, well, where are they going? So they can go inside, but then they raise up and then start the ball in the direction they want to go. And you could see I started that just here on the left edge of this diamond, which I've got basically lined up with the mat. So, and that's going to give me a nice fade pattern that's going to hold the left side of the flagstick. And the reason that is very effective, if you look at Cameron Champ, and you look at the videos I performed with Cameron Champ, I did 2 of them, and one of them in particular was the kinetic chain being fully intact. If I've got room for that lead elbow going to the target, I have a whole kinetic chain. For those of you trying to not come over the top, here's how you're adding fuel to the fire: by keeping your arm connected. So you put a head cover underneath your back arm, and then you're holding your arm to the side of your body. This basically shuts that elbow out. Now you really have to come over and at the ball. That's where the can of worms goes bad. Okay? So we don't want to try and keep this connected. It has to be free. So at address, I feel like I got freedom in front of me. Look at my football drill, Sean Clement. Or solid contact equals no shanks, Sean Clement, which basically deals with the same thing. I can basically skip a stone on water. I can slash a sword through that bamboo shoot. Can't do it from here, can from here. And I can come over and through the ball from here. You see what I'm saying? So it's a very powerful, and it's very effective if your focus is in the right position, if it's in the right place. Now, by no means, all these players that we've listed have been very, very solid players. They've made a lot of money on tour, but they weren't exactly the poster child of what we wanted to do as far as imitating a golf swing. They were extremely functional, and they're very, very talented individuals. So, I'm looking at players like Cameron Champ and Tiger Woods with his very latest swing. I find is probably the best swing he's ever had. And, and you'll see his earlier swings match up pretty closely to what he's got right now, except there's a lot less thrusting, of course. So we look at the backswing matching with the direction they want to start the ball. So if they want to start the ball to the left, they're aiming there. Their ball position is adequately placed. They start the club in the direction that fits the direction they want to start the ball. And that's what allows that momentum, the momentum to go there. So in my opinion, that is going to give you a higher measure of consistency. If I have a kid on a swing right here and I want the kid to swing towards you, well, I'm going to pull the kid back in a direction that's going to fit your direction versus this. So if the momentum is moving in that direction, I'm going to have to reroute the club in a way that's going to allow me to find that. And the way they find that, if you look at Lee Trevino, when he was trying to play a draw, he would be aiming down the left side and he'd just drop the ball a little bit more back in the stance and then just drop the club a little more inside on the downswing. How did he know how much to drop inside? That had everything to do with the target and the direction that he wanted to start the ball. So whether it was an intermediate point or, you know, the right side of the tee box, he'd set up. He says, yep, this is pretty much the setup I like to see the target on, but I need to start the ball more in the direction that I want the ball to go on. So you notice I was aimed way left, dropped it inside, and then I was able to deliver down the target line. You see what I mean? What allows me to do that on a consistent basis? Me having my focus in the direction I want that ball to start, and me having a very secure feel for my delivery. What's that delivery going to feel like? It feels whippy and snappy in that direction. There's a very specific release sensation that you have on that. So, you know, for all of you who are new to my videos and my channel, you know, go and subscribe first and foremost. Check out how to match backswing to target. And we've got this in spades, you know, dual screens and all that stuff on our premium channel. So check out our premium channel at wisdomingolf.com, and you'll see there's a link there to get to our premium channel, and we have that all in absolute detail on how to respect. Number one, we're respecting the anatomy. Number two, we're respecting the direction that we want the momentum to go on. So if I'm playing a draw, I'm playing the ball a bit back of center, and then I want the direction, you know, I'm matching the takeaway to the direction I want the ball to go. And you can see how the ball started a little right of where I wanted to end up. And that was pasted. That was very, very solid, which means I was on plane in relation to the shot that I wanted to hit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for some more. And, you know, while you're at it, give it a like. All the best.